tell us a little bit about why you're here tonight and what you're gonna show us.
God, why am I here? I suppose the hardest part about being a songwriter is probably that you need to be successful if you want to pay your rent. And sadly, I don't think writing good songs is always enough anymore. One of the hardest things, like you said, is getting heard. And that was something that I guess spent a lot of time trying to figure out. How do I go from my bedroom at home to not being in my bedroom at home anymore?
And you had no budget when recording your first single. In fact, when you asked your label for if you could get a choir in the studio, they said no.
Yeah, so, well, that's kind of the story that I tell, because nobody likes major record labels, so it kind of like helps that. The truth is they did actually say, like, this is how much it will cost. And I was like, oh, fuck that, I'll just do it myself. So that is what I did, and hopefully my computer's gonna work. I knew that this was gonna happen. Everyone was like, yeah, your computer's gonna work. And now it's probably gonna take, oh my good God, scanning audio units 0 of 461. Good one. Everybody who told me it'd be fine. Someone obviously turned it off. Anyway, you're gonna ask me how I did it.
Yeah, I was.
I was supposed to give you. I'll give you an example. Essentially, I decided. Well, obviously I can do that myself. So I got into a room, had a studio in my apartment. That sounds glamorous, but like a bedroom, which I made music in. And I put a microphone kind of far away from me, and I was like, I suppose I could just pretend to be loads of different people. So I started by singing like me, which was not too bad. And then I started kind of, you know, if you ever want to fall in love, if you ever want to bet on us. And then I started, you know, pretending to be an opera singer. If you ever want to fall in love. And then I would do my best kind of, if you ever want to fall in love. And I would move around the room. I sang it probably too many times, but I was like, this has got to work. And I was going to show you what that was going to sound like, but sadly, like I had imagined, this thing has died on me. Probably, you know, they say like manifestation, you know, I 100% manifested this to be a fail. So ask me another question quickly.
Just imagine that everyone has heard all the individual choir parts that you've sung. They've all laughed hilariously.
Imagine how good it would sound.
Imagine that. And but from that point, how did you then? Because you started putting things on social media, which then got the attention from people like.
Yeah, so it was really, really weird. But I actually documented essentially me making that choir. And then I was in a restaurant, I was taking a poo, and I took my phone out, and I had a DM from SZA, who was like, yeah, I know, very weird. I was like, not the situation I thought I would be getting a DM from SZA. Didn't ever think I would get a DM from SZA. But I was quite excited, so I finished up early, you know, wrapped up, ran back out. I was like, guys, guess what? And she, for some reason, asked me to help her to write her album and invited me to LA. And then I ended up writing her latest single, which is called Saturn. And yeah, not really sure.
I checked this morning, 300 million streams.
Yeah, crazy.
In like a month.
not thanks to me anyway, definitely all thanks to her, but it was just like, yeah, I on the note of taking poos, I definitely shat my pants when I went into the studio with her. Like, I was like hyperventilating outside. I was like, oh my God, how do I like, what do you do with SZA? What do you do when you go into the room with SZA, you know? So.
And then, okay, fine, bring it back to I'll Be Waiting. So then, what was it that really caught fire online?
So I was thinking, like, if I was on social media, like, what would I have to stop and watch, you know? I was like, it's got to be something, you know? You got to have a good trailer for your song. So I just had this idea, and without a microphone, basically, I'd be like, and then you'll know, I'll wait for you every night. If you ever want to fall in love, if you ever want to I'll be waiting. If you ever want one more night, if you ever want to make things right, if you ever want to change your mind, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Give it up for the choir.
Give it up for Cian Ducrot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cian.